Hey, it's Steve Riley. Welcome to this episode of Great Practice, Great Life. And I'm here with Mike Michalowicz, who just crushed it at the summit. And Mike, welcome to the show.
Steve, it's great to be with you and your organization again. So thanks for
Again,
having me.
we're grateful that you're here. And you and I were having you were telling me this funny story. And I was like, you got to tell the story on the episode. So we're going to open up with a completely irrelevant, but somehow relevant story about your past as an expert witness. So talk to me again about this. It's a great story.
Yeah, I alluded to a little bit on stage at Atticus, but I'm going to give you some extra flair, if you will. So I was a expert witness for about 4 years. I started a computer forensics organization, and it was at the precipice of forensic analysis when it came to data. So this was 2000. So what broke then was the Enron trial. My company did the defense analysis for the Nigerian barge trial that went on. So Kenneth Flay and Andrew Fastow were clients of ours. What was funny is we found inculpatory evidence, the stuff that the FBI and the ATF, those factions didn't discover. And I'll never forget this. We're down in Houston. I was not testifying in this case. We're down in Houston. I have two of my team members down there. And the defense says, once we deliver this piece of evidence, they say, get on a jet now. Now, we hadn't experienced this before. They said, there's going to be a flip here, and the prosecution is going to pull this evidence, and they're going to make you testify. But if it's inconvenient or you're unavailable, get on this private jet. We waiting for you. You're heading to Europe. And our two team members, first time on a private jet for any of them, and myself, I've only experienced it once, and they're flying across the globe. And sure enough, this was the memo that revealed the nefarious behavior of these individuals.
Wow.
Yeah. Another thing, it's funny, doing interviews now is I've testified myself. Once you testify, once you're grilled by an attorney on the stand, like interviews are nothing. It's a walk in the park. Ironically, many people don't say the things you love. Yeah, it's actually the thing you love that you want to delegate first. And this is not what we're traditionally taught. We're traditionally taught is what's the easiest thing to get rid of you, and that's a nuisance. And the idea is that it alleviates you from doing it. But here's the trap. When you alleviate stuff you don't like to do and you start doing stuff you like to do, you're more likely to do more of it. So if you like a certain activity, now you start encapsulating it and controlling it as if it's only yours. And that becomes a problem. We call this the superhero complex. You're the only person that can do it. I'm a linchpin. So delegation is actually take something that you enjoy, you love doing, and give it to someone else. It builds the discipline of learning how to teach something and letting go of something. The biggest challenge in delegation is not actually training someone else, it's actually letting go. And so learn to let go of what you love to find your new love of operating a business. Now,
That's
those
great.
reasons and stuff, those things have to go away too, but start with what you love.
No, that's great, Mike. It's brilliant because one of the arguments we make with our clients is one of the most important jobs they have is to kill the hero on the side of the law firm.
Oh
And
my
you
God,
do.
that's so great. Yeah.
Yeah. So when they come inside the law firm, they're the hero. Like only they can do this, only they can do that. Only they can meet with the client, only they can respond to emails, only they can work late nights and weekends. And so I think the heroic mindset, you totally nailed it. And it's true genius to say, give away the thing that you love. Now, for some of them, it's going to be difficult because for some of the lawyers, that might be going to court, trial work.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult. So how would you address, I'm a recovering trial lawyer. So, and I will concede that quickly, but how would you address that for me? Because I'm not going to be able to find probably someone to try cases for me.
No.
What would I peel away next? What would I love next?
Yeah. So let's look at all the elements that are necessary for trial law, the preparation, the displays and evidence, procurement, all those different elements. And then say, what's one piece I enjoy doing, but I'm not necessary to do, and assign that out. The other interesting thing about the practice of delegation is starting off with small bits is the way to do it. When there's a full abatement of all the things I do and I just give it to someone else, I abandon everything. It's such an abrupt shift. It's like Superman saying, "Here, police force, take care of this." They're not bulletproof. They're not at that level yet. They're gonna get overwhelmed, and then Superman uses that in affirmation, saying, "See, they need me." So can we just give a little piece to them? So look at what you do holistically that you love, and break into the smallest pieces you can, and start assigning out little pieces just to get that under your belt.
how did you pivot into this, becoming a world famous author and speaker? Like your advice on small businesses is renowned. So how did this happen?
So that business was one of the companies I've owned, but over the years, I've owned multiple businesses. And while I've had some success of exits and so forth, I didn't really understand the fundamentals of business. So once I had the success, I said, oh, clearly I know the basic things to do. I'm going to do 10 times this volume. So I started investing in other businesses and I had a grand collapse. I wiped myself out financially, emotionally. Um, it's funny, we're talking about great life. I had the antithesis of that. I now define it as entrepreneurial poverty. If you're an attorney who wants to have financial freedom, personal freedom, impact on your community, great service to your clients, it's ironic. Most of us have not enough income. So we're living check by check. There's constant demand on us. We work like animals. And therefore, you're working like crazy. You don't have money. You can't have the impact you want. You can't be of service to the level you want. This gap, which I experienced, I think many people do, I call entrepreneurial poverty. And once going through this collapse, to me, it was divine intervention. But I said, I got to wake up and I'm going to devote my life to mastering entrepreneurship selfishly because I need it for myself. Anything I learn that's of service to me, I want to be able to deliver to my fellow entrepreneur.